Hello. Hi, you guys. Welcome. So, if you are not watching this live, then please check the description box below to find the timestamp of when the video is going to start. I thank you so much for your participation. Okay. For those of you who find yourself in the room at this time, which by my calculations is 0 people, happy Halloween. Wait, let's put the lights on. There we go. Okay, let's get it over this way more. You've seen this. You've seen this. I'm gonna be eating some creepy crisps. Okay, they're okay. They're like Pringles. They're not Pringles. That's what they are. They're not Pringles. Whew, it has been a week, you guys, and I want to thank you for those of you guys who have been very patient with me. Hi, Ramsterdam. This week got busy on your girl, so she couldn't go live. And then now we're here. Now it's Sunday, and we've got 90 Day Fiance to catch up on. We have got Family Chantel to catch up on. We have Say What with Wah to catch up on because, girl, a lot has been happening. If only I could find my concealer. I'm also sweating and very hot. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Quasi. So I'm going to be putting on makeup, and just to give more people an opportunity to come into the room. So we are going to get started at 3, as I proposed when I first put this live up. So don't feel, if you're here right now and you're like, okay, good, you're starting at 3, then you can just dip out and come back at 3:05. I'm going to put on here. Whew, what did I do? I went to some thing. There it goes. Recap will begin at 3 p.m. Eastern, Pacific time. I cannot stop sweating. But anyways, how are you? This is a time for us to just chill and talk to each other. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Ramsterdam. Hi, Mickey. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Mac Reviews. Hello. Hello. Okay, I'm just going to use some, where is the concealer, girl? Where is the concealer? I think it's in that one bag over there. Okay, I can't stop sweating. I don't know why. It's like a whore in church. I gotta turn my porch lights on and put Boo on a blackboard there. I'm just listening in. I'm on my phone, so okay. Don't worry about it, Amsterdam. Don't worry about it. Hi, Betsy. Hi, Jasmine. Hi, Raven. Quasi, do they celebrate Halloween in Canada? Or some kind of, I don't know what's the pagan holiday surrounding Hallows Eve? There's like a pagan holiday that surrounds this one. Like the original meaning behind the day. I mean, because like Mexican culture does Dia de los Muertos, which is like November 1st. So tomorrow is the big festivities, and you would go and you would give, to the altar of your family, of your ancestors, and give gifts or food or, flowers, whatever, to honor the dead, which I think is really sweet. Okay, Kelly, no Halloween? No Halloween in Canada. Cool. Do you have any, like, holiday around this time? Jasmine, thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. I gotta look for my concealer, girl. I just feel like my eyes are just dark. If the concealer is not in this bag, I don't know where it is. I've lost it. Oh, Mickey says that there is. concealer. Mickey says that there is Halloween in Canada. Maybe it's a different, maybe it differs state to state or territory to territory. What do you guys call the different states? You know, like Alberta, right? And then you've got like, I'm gonna really do my best. Okay, here's me trying to name the states and or territories in Canada. Nova Scotia, Quebec, Ontario, Alberta. It's like hullabaloo or like Saskatchewan. Wait, Saskatchewan? The tundra, which isn't a state, it's just like an area. Was like north of Canada. Okay, what is British Columbia? I'm like, what is Vancouver? It's like BC, British Columbia. Province? Thank you, Mickey. Okay, so here's the Canadian provinces, going from west coast to east coast as I think that I know them. British Columbia. I'm gonna be truthful for you. I don't know any of it. Is there two between British Columbia and Ontario? I don't know, but it would be maybe Saskatchewan, maybe Alberta, then like Saskatchewan, if that's even one, and then Ontario, and then Quebec, and then Nova Scotia. And what about Newfoundland? Is Newfoundland in Nova Scotia, or is Newfoundland not in Canada? What is Newfoundland? I just know it's above Maine. Alberta. Did I say Alberta? Did good 10. There's 10? Okay, British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia. I'm missing 4. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know what they are. I mean, and that's fine because I don't think everybody knows all of the US states, you know? Like, who's really checking for North and South Dakota? Who's really remembering Delaware, Rhode Island? Do you know that there are Americans who think that Rhode Island is an actual island? Didn't know that this was a thing that people thought. You know what I'm saying? I imagine the most popular states are probably like Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, California, Colorado, New York, Pennsylvania. And I think that's it. Like, those to me are the most popular. Oh, Ramsden, I hope everything is okay. Yo, that thumbnail is hilarious. Thank you so much for noticing it, JW. Joy. Tell me all the provinces. Tell me all the provinces. I don't know. Actually, I can Google it. What am I talking about? Let's go. Okay. Canadian provinces. Canada. Provinces and territories. Okay, here we go. What are the 13 territories and province? Okay, Nova Scotia. Oh, New Brunswick. I've heard of that, but I guess that's New Brunswick is a city in California. I mean, in the U.S. Prince Edward Island. I knew that. I forgot about it. I forgot about the Prince Edward Island. Newfoundland. Did I say that? I did say Newfoundland. I did say that. I just didn't know if it was a city or if it was a province. Okay. So we've got Newfoundland, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. I wouldn't have never got that. Quebec, Ontario, I got. Manitoba. Never heard of it in my entire life. Never heard of it in my entire life. So I will give myself that. Alberta, Saskatchewan, British Columbia, Yukon. Oh, I guess that's in my mind when I was saying the tundra is what I was thinking of Yukon. Northwest Territories, Oh, that's interesting. And Nunavut. Okay, I missed a few. I'm gonna say Prince Edward Island. Forgot about that one. New Brunswick. I would have never gotten it because that to me is a city in the U.S. somewhere. Manitoba. Never heard of it. Um, Northwest Territories. Never heard of it. And Nunavut. I've never heard of it. So as by American standards, I just killed it. The fact that I knew six. Huh, the fact that I knew six as an American, I pat on the back. Americans don't know nit about geography. We don't even know our own states. I mean, I do, but don't ask me where it is. Don't ask me where they are. Like in my mind, like I don't even like the Utah, Colorado, like situation. I get lost once I get like it's like California, Oregon, Washington. Bet right next to Washington. The only thing reason I remember this is because of the shape of it is Montana. Below Montana, or next to it, but I don't know. Idaho is somewhere there. Utah is somewhere there. Nevada is in the clutches of California. Nevada and California hug. And then Arizona and California hug. And then next to Arizona is New Mexico. But is Texas next? I think so. I know that above Texas is Oklahoma because of the shape of Oklahoma, how it fits in with Texas. But then after that, I'm like, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, like that little area. I don't know which comes first, but I know they're all there. And I know that I think Mississippi touches Florida. Don't hold me. And then above that is like the Virginias and the Carolinas. And then we've got on the other side of Montana, I believe we have the Dakotas. Then we've got like a Wisconsin. Then we've got a Michigan. Then we've got an Ohio somewhere, and Ohio touches Kentucky. And I think Kentucky touches New York. Don't hold me to any of that. Then we've got like a Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine situation. And then below that, it's real murky. It's real like Delaware, DC, Jersey murky. Okay. So I do not know. So, anyways, there's that. Oh, Yukon is not a province, it's an area? Okay, got that. All right, so how's everybody been doing? I thought this week's episode was pretty good. I'm not let down by Love After Lockup really ever. It's too much shenanigans going on, truthfully, to really just be let down by it. Like, you know what it's funny? You know what I like about Love After Lockup is that you cannot see how much is produced, except for Marcelino and Brittany, but otherwise you can't really tell how much it's produced the way you can tell how much 90 Day Fiance is produced. Like I'm watching Puppy and Amber and I'm like, is this produced? I'm watching Stan and Lisa and I'm like, is this produced? Now, Shane and Lacey, I do think it is produced, but I do think there's real feelings. Like I do think that Lacey is just definitely very shady. You know what I'm saying? Like Dante and Nicole, is that produced? Is Dante really that dumb? Is Nicole really that selfish? Sean and Sarah, is Sean acting for the cameras? Or is he really just a POS? You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why I asked that is because, for example, Puppy and Amber. We started off their season with Amber not knowing where Puppy was and hadn't talked to her in a long time. And then she gets to her house and Puppy's fully mic'd and the boyfriend is fully mic'd. And like, did the producers go there beforehand? It's just like stuff like that. The like, let's burn all of Sammy's stuff, or is there just enough time in between the drama for producers to come up with a real quick storyline to make it all make sense? Those are the questions that I have. I got a pocket full of sunshine. I alone, don't I know? Whoa. I think I like lost an eyeliner somewhere in the middle of my life. Somewhere in the middle of my world travels. I had an eyeliner that was a pen, so I could just like quickly put it on. And it's not here in any of my three. Wait, it's in here. Nope. It's lost forever. It's lost forever. So here's something exciting that's happening in my life. There is a 98% chance that I am traveling to Quebec next Monday. Not tomorrow, but the Monday after that. So the reason why I say 95% chance is because I still have to buy my ticket. My travel still, I need to get a COVID test. And yeah, so pending a negative COVID test and purchasing my tickets, oh wow, this liner is terrible. I mean, it's not terrible. I paid like $2.99 for it, so it isn't bad for that, but it isn't like, I feel like I have an unsteady hand right now. The crazy thing is I will be in Quebec for 3 weeks. Hi, it's Fran. Welcome. And I don't know how I'm going to feel. So there's that. I feel like I'm in the middle of nowhere, too. So I will miss the US Thanksgiving, which isn't a big deal. I will be close to Montreal, so I can just go into the city and eat a delicious meal. Okay, there we go. Got that. Part of that done. Where are we at on time? Ah! I've been talking for a minute. I thought I would be like good. Shannon Van, how are you, girl? There is a state holiday here on November 11th, our equivalent of Veterans Day, but that's the only holiday that will happen while you're here. Oh, okay. This part of the year in the US is a heavy holiday. There's a holiday every month this part of the year. Large holidays. I am going to paint my face green in a couple of hours. So I might do my 90 day. 90 day fiance is going to be like after. It's probably going to be like 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to be a witch, and I'm doing my face green. I'm going to blot out my eyebrows too. Damn it! I wish I found that pen. Now I'm just using like this dip pot. Now it's taking me forever. 49 people in the room. Let's give a thumbs up, please. Thanks, y'all, for patiently waiting. I got a bucket of sunshine. Quebec is a very Catholic province, so I'm sure there'll be plenty of Christmas decor and events. Oh, okay. In November? No, I did not win money in Vegas. Nope. But I did have fun. I did see like a lot of shows. I saw Michael Jackson 1, which is Cirque du Soleil, which is great. I mean, it was the best show I saw, hands down. Then I saw RuPaul's Drag Race, and let me tell you, Miss Derek Barry, it felt like she didn't want to be there. I felt like she phoned it in 100%. And I was like, you're supposed to be Britney. I guess maybe that, I don't know, maybe it was a Britney bit. It was more Britney Give Me More era than than anything else. Messed up on that eye, but this is what it is. This is what it's gonna be. And then I saw a Motown review, which was off the strip, super small, intimate setting. Loved it. It was an all-woman review. It was wonderful. And then I saw Magic Mike. So I saw 4 shows. Yeah, I was like, I'm here. I'm seeing all the shows, and I wanted to see more, but there was nothing else I was interested in. Gwen Stefani was there, but I wasn't gonna pay for it. Erica Badu was there, but when I looked at her tickets, it was $230, and I was like, if I hadn't already purchased other things, like, then I would have been down, but I couldn't do the 230 because I also got a massage and a facial, so I had like done a lot, and I just couldn't spend the 230. My nose is running. I don't want that. Oh well. Okay, I think we're good. What time is it? Oh, almost there. Oh, Carol Ann! Tell Sass I said hello. Yeah, you guys. Sass is great. Should definitely go check out her channel. So, Shannon Van, what? Oh, so true. Sorry. The liquor store said they start Christmas music the day after Remembrance Day, November 12th. Ooh, what is Novembrance Day? Oh my God, like Motown is legitimately like got my whole life. Shannon Van, do you do videos? Do you have content here on the YouTube? Your picture looks very professional. Hi, Latoya. What do they do for Remembrance Day? Is there food? Oh wait, didn't someone just say that was like the Veterans Day? Okay, there's no food there. Darn, no food. I do love a food holiday. Haha, I used to. I ran away from the mess and hid in the bushes now. What shows did you recap? Or what did you do? If you don't mind me asking. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Just asking. Not trying to be all in your business, girl. Not trying to be all. Okay, we're at 3, so I think some people should start coming in. Again, you guys, I will be going late. Oh, I put 3 p.m. on the screen. I meant to put 3:05. Let's just go live. Let's just go now. Ready? You guys have been waiting long enough. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of Love After Lockup, Season 3, Episode 54, Put a Ring on It. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whew. Okay, you guys. Hi, I'm back home for this week. So you might see, you know what I'm saying? You might have some delays and see something different next week or the week after. You know, we never know what's going to happen in one's life. And so I just want to thank you guys so much for being here. I want to thank you guys so much for supporting me. This is actually life after lockup, not love after lockup. So if you guys thought this was new couples, it is not. No, it's not. But we're still going to get into it, still going to talk about it. If you'd like to donate to the baby fund, you can go ahead and do so with the information that's scrolling along the bottom of the screen. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share on any social media platform that you deem fit. Y'all, this video is late. Okay, last week's videos, 90 Day Fiance, Family Chantel, late. Also, today is Halloween. So after this, painting my face green. Like when I say painting, I mean like paint, honey, okay? Because she's got a V-neck dress to wear, okay? Painting the hands too. We're doing the full effect, the full look. The only thing I do need to do is get some press on nails because you can't be a glamour witch with nubs, okay? With dirty nubs, okay? Right now I'm living like the hangnail dirty nub life, and it's just what it is. So these nails grow out, these follicles, you know, get strong and healthy. But enough of that. Let's go on ahead and jump right into this episode. Hello, everyone in the room. TT Speaks, Brittany, J. Rudolph, Vicky Vale. Hey, Vicky girl. I didn't go to the off-site spots, but I did make it to Ellis Island. So there's that. Thank you so much for all of your recommendations. It was super helpful. And yeah, that's it. All right, let's go. Let's start off with Stan and Lisa. You guys, Stan thinks that he looks good, okay? He said, I'm going to comb this hair over and I'm not going to dye my edges because I look like Hugh Hefner and that makes me Stan the man and I love every single moment of it. Meanwhile, we've got Lisa and Renata tee-hee-heeing about it because Stan says that his ex-girlfriend, Teresa or Tina, girl, don't know her name, told him that it looks very good that way. And Lisa says, well, she lied. It doesn't look good. So So we start out this episode where we left off last episode with Stan's peering out the window trying to figure out where Lisa is going and who Lisa was with, instead of just walking his dumb ass downstairs so that he could go and see who she was and introduce himself. He didn't do that though. Too much like right, it feels like. So she then goes off with Renata and tells Renata the entirety about how Stan, while he is taking care of her, he's still an asshole. He still talks to her any kind of way and threatens her all the time with kicking her out and, calling her a convict and all those things. He said things that he cannot take away at this point, but at this point, he is providing for her. Also, she tells Renata how he is a two-timing scammer and how he is fully talking to this made-up person that she's created, this catfish account that she has created on Facebook. And he's even admitted that he would be willing to have sex with a man if the fantasy worked for her. Jasmine, the fake profile that Lisa has created. So Lisa is just making a whole fool out of Stan. He's like, oh, I've got drinks, I've got weed, I've got whatever you want, baby. And I said, is this man just like been sexually repressed for all of his life and now he's just going to make up for it with what time he's got left, Like, is the Viagra really just pumping through his veins like that? It really does speak to the Madonna horror thing, because I feel like he, loves his wife and adores his wife. And I would hope that he would have shown this side of himself to his wife. Like, let her be the little freak that that he needs, instead of doing this in the latter part of his life and, basically paying for someone to live with him and be his personal whore. Which is what he's doing to Lisa, but trying to put it under the guise of like, we're in a relationship and I love you. Why didn't all those other exes work out? Because they didn't want to go in your little dungeon? And he's also looking for a bisexual girl for threesomes. Now, I'm not saying that anything is wrong with that or that's dirty. I'm saying that Stan is dirty. So we get a little tea about Renata, okay? So Renata is Lisa's brother's ex-girlfriend. They met about 10 years ago. And every couple of years they get together and it is a hee-haw good time. And Renata has confessed to Lisa that she is attracted to Lisa, that she has had fantasies of her. And Lisa's like, okay. And so they're best friends, but I do think that Lisa's open to the opportunity that she might have with Renata. And I'm not here to shame anybody, and I say, do what you got to do. That's what I say. Do what you got to do. Do what your heart makes you do. What did I do in my notes for them? Stan, Lisa. So Renata says that Stan is normally not Lisa's type. But Lisa has just said that, I'm with him because of what he can do for me, really, at this point. And on top of that, I can't really get into it because he's a lying cheater. So there's that. So they get back to the hotel because they're just going to have a really good time this weekend. And Lisa brings out some tacky wigs, and says to her, here, put this on because we're going to set him up. And Renata might not be too much into it, but I think she's going to be willing to do whatever she needs to do for Lisa to help her out. Now, Lisa says that she's going to sleep better at night if she gives Stan a little bit of what he has been giving her. Like, if he wants to play her, she's going to play him right back. Okay? She's not going to be made a fool of in these streets. Not by that man. No, sir, no, ma'am. And so she's like, we're going to play him. I'm not going to do anything illegal, though. Like, I'm not going back to prison. But I'm going to show him what's what. And I can't help but support every move that Lisa wants to make. I love her. Now, Shan, you ain't wrong. However, no, you're not wrong. However, I feel like it depends on how long ago they dated, one. And two, like, I really do think that, like, I just said like twice in the sentence. Like, I really do think that, like, it's a likey. No, I really do believe that sometimes energies work. And the brother has clearly moved on. And it's just like, who knows what dating meant? You know, maybe they went on a few dates and like it just didn't work out. As long as everybody's being safe. Shan says, no disrespect, but that's some country behavior. But is that some country behavior? I don't know. Here's the deal. Would it make a difference if it was like, would it make it? Okay, here's my thought. There is a timeline. There's a cutoff point, right? If you had a sibling and your sibling dated somebody in high school, to me, anybody you dated in high school, no matter how real you thought it was, to me, it wasn't real. Until you're in adult situations with someone, it's not real. It's real, but it isn't like you are now cheating, you are now dating somebody I used to date. Right? Depends on their relationship. If they were like had a kid together and lived together and had all this history and shared money and did all this stuff together, then I would be like, okay, this is weird. But if it was just like they went out a couple times, they liked each other, but not enough obviously to stay together, then like whatever. Hi, Lynn J. Welcome. Okay, let's move on to the next couple. So next we are going to talk about, what do my notes say? Let's talk about Amber and Puppy. Okay, so the first thing we have is, girl, why did I think that Puppy was moving in with Amber? She is going up to Amber's house with a big suitcase, and we open it up and we realize that it's just a bunch of clothes. Now, why is it that Amber doesn't have any party or going out clothes and Puppy does? Maybe it's just because Amber's a little bit more mask and doesn't have that many clothing options like that. And Puppy's just a little bit more feminine, so she's got all the options in the world and all the shoes in the world. Girl, they're having a kiki good time. They pour themselves some brown liquor and they toast in mugs to the death of the relationship of Sammy and how Amber's going to move on with her life. And the first step of moving on with your life is going out with your homegirls and your homeboys and having a good ass time. And that's the plan. And then Amber's like, hey, you and I got to go to Indiana to see my mom. And Puppy's like, Indiana? And Amber's like, yeah, we got to go to Indiana to see my mom. It's time to see her, you know, because she's like, blah, 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 blah. And Puppy's like, well, I don't think I can do that. And Amber's like, why? And she's like, well, I don't think Eric is going to let me, you know, he's got me on a tight leash. And I said to myself, did Eric let you come over here? I mean, he knows that you and her had a relationship. So like, if he has you on a tight leash, why is he allowing you to come over here and hang out with Amber? But it turns out, and this is what Puppy wanted to avoid, is that the PO went to her mother's house and her mother, seems like her mother wasn't there or didn't answer the door, and neither was Puppy. And so an unauthorized individual had conversation with her parole officer and told her parole officer that Puppy didn't live there. And the point is that Puppy says, I do live there. That's my address. I just don't stay there because I'm staying with my boyfriend. So I'm at my boyfriend's house a lot. And so basically because of that, there is now a warrant out for Puppy's arrest. And Amber is like, had that been me, I would have been on the phone calling everybody and doing all the things that I need to do to figure this out. And it seems like Puppy isn't. So she's like, what do you mean, girl? Like, get your shit and like, do what you got to do. And Puppy's like, no, I don't want to talk about it right now. I don't want to deal with it. Let's just have fun tonight. And Amber's just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna let you leave it alone. And Puppy's like, I really do need to do what I have to do, but I don't know. And Amber says, you know what? Puppy is a runner. So she's really worried about what's going to happen. And I'm worried about what's going to happen with Puppy too, because I don't want Puppy to go back to prison all on some technicality. If all she got to do is call some people and convince these people that she was just out for that moment and to not listen to this neighbor who doesn't know anything about the business. Like, how dare that neighbor? Listen, if it had been me and that had been my neighbor, I would have been like, my name is Wes and I ain't in the mess. I don't know who you're looking for or, you know, whatever. I don't know. I don't be over there that much. I don't be talking to these people as much. You know what I'm saying? Like it just seems like real ridiculous for that whole situation to have happened the way it happened, and for that neighbor to come out and be telling all Puppy's business. Mind your business, ma'am. Mind your business. Who are you, Karen? That's a Karen move right there. So, anyways, hi Espacia, welcome to the room. So they pull out the clothes. Amber doesn't know exactly what to wear, and they decide to go and party out with friends. And as they're exiting the home, I realize that Amber and I have the exact same body, like just normal everywhere, pregnant in the belly for no reason. This is why I can't wear these like little bodycon dresses. I don't even have the picture cued. I don't know why. I took a shot of it because I kept saying to myself, ah, I understand the stress. She and I have this same stupid body where we just gain weight like idiots, and it just sucks. It sucks. I don't gain weight in the hips. I don't gain it in the thighs. I do gain it in the face. I do gain it up here. But where it mostly goes is the belly. Look at them going out on the town. Now, they have already been drinking by then. And they get into the cab and she's like, "Oh, we almost there. I gotta pee." I feel like Puppy is the most delicate Southern lady. I mean, she definitely is like, from the other side of the tracks, but she is just like the most delicate, soft-spoken Southern lady. I would not mind being around Puppy. She just seems so like, well, what are we gonna do? Me and Amber, we love each other. But she doesn't love me the way I love her. I'm just like, oh, I do declare. Like, that's what I feel with Puppy. So anyways, they get to the spotty yaddy yaddy, and they hang out with a couple of Amber's homeboys, and they all talking about Sammy, how he was toxic for her, and how, everyone's just so glad that she's gotten Tommy out of her life. And I said, did you realize that all your friends felt a certain way about Tommy, girl? I wonder. Jasmine, thank you so much. I see here that I got either a Venmo or a super chat or a cash app from you, and I thank you so much for that, Jasmine. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you. So they're having a hee-haw good time, and Amber's feeling real good, so she decides that she's gonna give Puppy a lap dance, and Puppy is just like, okay, I can't really do this because I'm gonna get in trouble with Eric, and I do feel like X, Y, and Z, and I do feel a certain way, and oh no, I gotta guard myself. So she says here, I'm watching out for Amber because when she gets drunk, she's all over me, but Amber's not gay. Amber doesn't want to be with me, and I gotta protect myself. I can't do what I did last time. And Amber's like, look, I'm drunk, okay? I feel good. I'm drunk. And I know that I'm embarrassed Puppy, and she may not want to be with me. And you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that she gonna take me back. We're gonna go back to my place, okay? And she gonna spend the night. But I am gonna cuddle up to her and be like, "Oh, Puppy, come lay with me. I love you, Puppy." I'm just gonna ask for a little cuddle and see what happens, okay? We just gonna see what happens. I'm feeling good. Everybody feeling good, okay? I can barely stand right now, but we gonna let it do what it do, baby. And I said, at least in this inebriated state, she understands that she's not going to force Puppy to do anything that she doesn't want to do, but she is going to mildly suggest it. She's like, that's what me and Puppy do. It's Am and Pup forever. I said, Amber, you is messy. You is messy. She claims Puppy is an alcoholic, though. She does. And I think when you're used to doing any kind of drug or addictive substance, you have to pick your poison sometimes. And if Puppy drinking is going to stop Puppy from doing meth, then she might as well drink. And I think sometimes it's hard to, be sober with your friend when you don't want to be sober. So there's that. Let me take off my do not. I make my do not disturb. Okay, there we go. So, anywho, they're having a good time, and that lap dance was trash. I really no. I thought Amber was getting it in. Like, I felt like, okay, for what little I saw in that empty ass location, because it was just them in that location. I said, if you can go to an empty space and get your grind on in front of your friends and the cameras, then I support whatever you're doing. Michelle McFadden, thank you so much for that Cash App, girl. I appreciate it. Thank you. Y'all are so sweet today. I appreciate it 100%. So anyways, listen, I don't support Amber using Puppy or being gay when she's drunk, but I do support Amber and Puppy's love. So I hope that one day Amber will be able to just, no, here's what I hope. I hope that Puppy will get sober and get on top of life stuff. Because until she does, Amber will never truly take her seriously. Because Amber, I think, really doesn't want to have to watch somebody and worry about them. She said she's doing well. She's got promotions at her job and everything is good. And her job is even allowing her to promote them on TV. So Amber has a positive trajectory and Puppy is still like in this place where things aren't solid. And I think the fact that she hasn't really figured out her warrant situation is what is making Amber pause and not really take all the steps that she needs to take and to maybe come out and be as comfortable as she wants to be. And I would hope the best for them, but Puppy's going to have to do her part. And right now, just because she comes over with a suitcase full of paraphernalia, clothing and shoes and stuff, and, drinks with her doesn't mean that Puppy is going to be a valuable partner. Because I don't think Amber wants to take care of Puppy in that way. Like, it's stressful. And even being friends with her is probably pretty stressful because you care about somebody and you just want them to do what's right. Is Sass in the room? I saw somebody just say Sass. Ooh, Sass girl. I call my belly lumps the twins. I'm sick of them. Hey, Sass. Hey, girl. Hey. Girl, yes, I feel you. Just like in the belly for no reason. You just mind your own business and you just look pregnant. It's just rude. It's rude. And then you try to, like, I'm at the point now where I'm like, okay, I just have to go to the plus size because I'm a size, like, I don't even know. I may be a 14. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. So I'm like, ugh, what genes do you get if you have a belly? Because I don't have hips. I have thighs, but my hips aren't big. My thighs aren't that big. It's just this belly, girl. It's just in the way. It's not a fupa. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a fupa. It's not all below. It's like just up high. It's annoying. Anywho, so I wish the best for them as always. And I hope that Puppy gets her warrant situation figured out and that she doesn't go back to prison. Those are my hopes for Puppy. And I hope that they're safe when they get home. All right. Next couple that we're going to talk about is John and Christiana. So we pick up where we left off 2 episodes ago, where Christiana is really worried about her sister, Tara, not being at this wedding. And Mama is over it. She's like, I'm really tired of hearing about Tara this and Tara that. I'm just sick of it. And Christiana's like, well, I'm going to go because I don't want to deal with this. And, I'm going to go have a cigarette. And so in order to, I think, kind of circumvent this entire situation, Mother Tammy, and this girl with this like looking Sharpie musical notes. Can someone tell me what's happening on this woman's shoulder? Okay, it looks like somebody Sharpied in musical, like a note. You know what I'm saying? Just like, and one side is a heart and the other is just like, it is just the worst tattoo. It stuck out to me so bad that I had to take a picture of it. At the same time, I took a picture of Mother Tammy. They're trying to calm down Christiane because she's upset that Tara isn't there. She doesn't know that John has already told Tara not to show up. But the truth is I truly do not believe that Tara didn't show up to her sister's wedding because of John. I think Tara didn't show up because she didn't want to come. Like, could you imagine? Like, listen, if this were you, would you not show up to your sister's wedding? Especially if your sister's calling you and telling you she wants you to be there. So I really don't understand like what Christiana is upset about. I know she's upset that her sister isn't there, but didn't she already have a conversation with John where it was like if Tara's going to be jacked up, if she's going to be messed up on drugs, for her to not come? I'm pretty sure Tara's messed up on drugs. Otherwise, she would be there. She would be there for her sister. She would have been answered the phone. She would have been said, you know what? Even for the show's sake, right? The drama that would have ensued if Tara had called her sister and said, John told me not to come, and so I'm not coming. That seems like something Tara would do, as petty as Tara is. Like, that would make amazing TV. So I really do think that Tara is honestly messed up somewhere, like, truthfully. And I hope the best for her. But I don't think Tara needed to be at her sister's wedding making things awkward and causing problems. And so Tammy ends up hugging on Christiana and tells her that everything is going to be okay and it's her day. And it's just like, she kept saying, it's my day. I want my sister here. And I'm like, girl, like, what? She don't want to be there for you. She's good. She's cool on you. That's what she said. She didn't say that, but that's what she said. Then the next scene that we have, once they calm down Christiana, is her mother and her son walking her down the aisle. And I love these little flake flowers that she's got going on here. You know what? Here's the truth. I liked their wedding. I like the color purple. I thought it was cute. I thought it was cute how John had on the purple tux and his groomsmen or, men had on the white one. I liked how the women were all wearing purple. I thought it was cute. Like, for Christiana, who probably never thought she would get married, and for it to be on 3 different credit cards and like what felt like short notice, I felt like this wedding really did come together, and I felt like John did what he had to do to give his wife, whom he says he's in love with, and it's the only wife he's ever truly been in love with, the proper wedding. We do have conversation from Sarah saying that she really does hope that this works out. She doesn't think it will, because he's already been married 4 times. So I think this is his 5th marriage. Don't hold me to that. It's either 4th or 5th. And Jenna, thank you so much for the Cash App, Super Venmo. Cash App, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Melanated. Thank you. So yeah, I really do hope them the best, these 2 Bonnie and Clyde situations. Then they start to dance and then it gets awkward. And then we have Ethan who says that, he tells John that he really does want John to do well by his mother. And then we've got Sarah, who's AKA Chicken, who walks over to Christiane and says, I'm really sorry for everything that's gone down between us, but I do hope that you and I could get to a place of understanding. And I do wish you the best. And Christiana says, yes, I really do hope so as well. Because you remember Christiane went to prison right after she came out initially. So I know Sarah has some feelings, and she also doesn't want her baby sister to like fall in love with Christiane and only to have Christiane like let everybody down and get back on the drugs. And so it's just kind of this moment where everyone's just rooting for them. And I do root for them, and I hope for the absolute best. I looked up and there was 28 missed comments. What y'all talking about? The Sharpie tattoo. Oh my God. Oh my God. When you get on Groupon for a tattoo artist, girl, I mean, it was like crazy. That tattoo is the $29.9 special when you're 18 years old. And it is so big and it is so prominent. My 2 cents says, why did production make it seem like the sister was going to show up and stop the wedding in the previews? Did anyone else see that false advertising? I didn't see that. But I also don't see any previews on TV. The only previews I see is after the episode on the channel. So, I mean, I watch Love After Lockup on YouTube. I don't watch it on TV. So I didn't see that at all. Wow, how could you skip the whole greeting her son in her underwear thing? I was dying. Like, okay, listen, that happened last episode, not this episode. And secondly, like, it's like greeting your son in your bathing suit. Like, sometimes I'm just like, just let it be. There was too much going on in that last episode for me to talk about the fact that she was in her chonies and told her son to help her into her dress. Like, maybe they got that relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know her son is 20, right? But let's say that they had grown up in the same house, right? And you got that mama that be walking around in her underwear and her bra, right? That's her, right? That's your mother. she can walk around in front of you in her underwear and her bra. It's like a bathing suit, it's like a bikini. And like, I know she didn't really grow up with the boy, but that's still her son. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna let it slide because I know plenty of parents who do that, who do walk around in their underwear with their kids no matter what age. You know, plenty of grandma who be walking around titties down to here, just low. You could see it right through the moo. I mean, you could tell the impression through the moo. So I chalked it up to that kind of situation, but I did notice it. Ethan with a D. The way she said his name was like Dathan or something. It didn't sound like Dathan. She called him like Donthan, or I don't know, girl. I don't know how she said his name, but it was just interesting. Tara Talk says, I like their wedding and actually really like John and Christina as a couple, Christiana as a couple. They seem to make each other laugh. They do. And I did like that little moment that they had, the intimate moment in the confessional where he's like, you know, she said like, you know, some really kind words about him supporting her. And he's like, that's me. And I was like, oh, that's cute. And I do hope the best for them, because what we don't want is another Tracy situation. Tracy and Allah. Like whenever I find that there are people on the show who are on crack or meth, I really do hope the best for them. Because Tracy gave us like 2 seasons of entertainment and then she passed away. And that is so sad. It's just sad. And so I want positive energy thrown their way because I want all the best for Christiana. Sass says, my messy self wanted Tara to be there because that wedding needed some energy. My question is, where was the food? Did I miss that? I don't know. There was cake, but I sure didn't see any food. Maybe it was too expensive. Maybe they all went down to the Wendy's afterwards. I don't know. You were too kind giving her so much slack. Oh, you know, my mama got a tummy tuck and implants and became a whole nudist at age 55. Listen. Listen. I don't think Christiana is anything like Tracy. Thank goodness. Poor Tracy was a mess. Well, the thing is, though, Christiana, when she came out initially, she was in Dubuque and she got on drugs again and went right back in. So, like, she very well could be. I mean, she has somebody stalwart and stable like John. She don't have somebody. We all know that Clint is on something, and I never wanted to say it while he was in his segment because I wanted to believe it. But Clint was disgusting. But anyways, Jasmine says, I set a precedent with my son about last year, age 9, to turn his head when I'm changing, even in recent. And yes, as yesterday, I asked him what his problem was when he turned off the light. I quickly changed my clothes, but had to remember what I previously told him. You know, it depends on you and your comfort, but like, I honestly think that bodies are bodies to a certain extent. And I think I just have my own personal thoughts about it. Like, bodies. And I don't think that we need to sexualize every single situation, even though it feels like our society does so. Like I said, I've known parents who be in underwear in front of their kids at all ages. And I guess I would want to have that be open too. Now would I be like in a thong? Like does my son need to see my cheeks? No. But like, do I want to be comfortable in my own house? Yes. I don't think things are innately or naturally sexual. Like, and I think that we need to pull back from that as Americans, because we're definitely like do when it comes to being naked or nudity or anything like that. And I think removing the veil of the mystery of it is what makes it so that it isn't such a like coveted and dirty thing, you know? Vicky Vale says, I think John is going to keep her on a short leash. She may not like it, but at least because she's the only sober. She may not like it, but it's best because she's only sober because of prison and not of her own volition. True. I agree. Totally agree. I think KT was like a trap for her, being in the halfway house at the time. Think it may have drove her to do it. Maybe if she went to live with John straight away, she might have gone again. Agreed. One of my best friends had a great point a week ago about us needing to stop sexualizing bodies. Yeah. I just think that's something that's important. I think we do that because of many factors, the biggest one being religion, right? Like, even if we're not religious, there's still this idea that, like, our bodies are terrible and we need to hide them and, like, whatever. So yeah, I definitely want the best for them. Okay, let's move on. Did I show you all my pictures? Oh, I didn't show you Ethan crying. I do have a picture of Ethan crying. Look at this. Aw, poor baby. And then we've got Tammy, who's really excited about the wedding having happened and how everything turned out, and that she really feels that her daughter is in good hands with John, even though she was skeptical 2 episodes ago. But I really do hope the best. Honestly and truly. Okay, let's move on to Sean and Sarah. So we've got Sean, who's pulled up to Sarah's house after insisting that he meet up with her and her kids after she's found out that he's lying about his age. And she says, I think it would be okay if you met my daughter and my mother. So he pulls up with 3 bouquets of flower, a game, and a little teddy bear. And he walks up to the house, and he's let in by Sarah, and Sarah says, oh, it's so sweet, you brought me flowers. Mother's in the kitchen like, who that Dell coming to this house? You know what I'm saying? She got her wipes out, she ready to write down everything, make sure everything's nice and clean. And I said, I love it, I love to see it. So she comes over to the door and she shakes hands with Sean, and she's looking him dead in his eye. She's like, you old dirty bastard, I'm about to shake you down. So they're sitting at the kitchen table, and he meets Abby, and it's an awkward moment, and Abby's like, you're nice, thanks. He's like, oh, you're really cute. And Abby's like, I know. And I said, that's weird. That's weird. You're really cute. But so you could tell that mother is in mother mode 150%. Okay, she has raised her daughter. Now she's raised her grandbaby, and she's not about to let this bucktooth fool come into her house and act any kind of way. Okay, she's not about to let it happen. So those preliminary introductions, and Sarah tells her to be nice to Sean, and so they give them a little privacy by going off into the other room, and mother scoots in, and she says, okay, now tell me what's going on. Tell me what's really the situation that's happening in your life. Like, what are you doing? What do you want from my daughter? Why are you here? Sorry, guys. I know I went away. I switched over from Wi-Fi to Ethernet. And so mother is like, tell me what you're doing here. Tell me why you're here. Tell me what your intentions are with my daughter. Have you done this before? You're a weird creeper who is Victoria. Thank you so much for the Cash App. Thank you. I super appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, Sass, I'm back, girl. I'm back. I switched over. My internet was being funny, and I'm like, I'm the only person on this network, so don't be acting funny. Don't be acting funny. Okay, hold on. Let me get my notes together. Okay, so I wrote flowers, mom, Abby, nervous, getting his lies straight. Okay, Sean is nervous because he got to get his lies straight. He want to make sure that he says what he thinks that he said. So annoying. I just don't like the lies. And so this is my other thing. Is Sean's segment, is it produced, or is he just this big of a liar? I don't know. So she says, what are your real intentions? And he says, I want to get married. And she's like, there is no way in hell y'all are ready to get married. What do you mean you want to get married? You barely know her. And he's like, I do know her. I know that, she's the exact person that she says she was in prison. And she's like, how many other girls have you done this with? And he's like, no, but no one else. No, I haven't done this with anyone else. He's like, well, I answered her ad. Okay. I answered her ad. And then we got to know each other. We've been talking for over a year. And she's like, how many other women have you done this with? Have you done this with other women? And he's like, no, I haven't. And she's like, ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way for me to love you if you won't let me. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You was a lie if a lie is ever told. She don't trust him. When you know, it is a mother's intuition. She's like, I'm gonna need you to take a step back on marriage, okay? Because what it is that you are a distraction to her. And he's like, no, I'm not. And I said, you a grown man. You a grown man. You don't. What he should have said is, I can see how you could say that. And I definitely am being cautious with your daughter because I know she's been through a lot. And I know that you've been through a lot. And I know that Abby has been through a lot. And so I don't want to force myself into this situation, but I do want to get to know your daughter. I do love her. I find that we have this connection and this bond. And yes, I have done this with other women before, but it's never gone as far as this, even though that's a lie. But it's still being honest about the fact that he's done this before. Sean is just a big kid. He's like a weird lying 14-year-old when it comes to this. He doesn't know how to lie right. And the mother says, well, those are my babies, okay? Sarah's my baby and so is Abby. These are my babies, okay? You are not about to sit up here and play around with all of my babies. And he's like, I'm not gonna do that. Well, I got some stuff to do, so I'm gonna go. Okay, punked right out. So Sarah walks him out, and he's like, yeah, your mom was pretty tough, but come spend the weekend with me. And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, well, just please come spend the weekend with me. And she's like, okay, I'll come spend the weekend with you. And I said, girl, you know, your first instinct is always your right one. Don't spend this weekend with him. You know you can't go spend the weekend with him. No, you've got obligations. You don't need to be trying to cultivate and fortify a relationship with this man when you've got your mother and your daughter who need you to rebuild their relationship with them, your relationship with them. Okay? Don't give your relationship and your energy to Sean. Mother is absolutely correct. He is a 100% distraction. He's going to do nothing but stop her from doing all the things that she wants to do. Okay? Nothing but that. Isn't it weird how she has like that fiery, crazy, fake red hair, and so does his ex-wife Kelly? He definitely likes like little small blanquitas. Like he really does love that. Um, so then she comes back in the house and she has a conversation with her mother, and she ends up defending Sean because her mother's pushing so hard for this. And mother, she's like, you got to let me go. You got to let me live my life. Like, I understand that there's a lot going on, but he's very different than any other guy I've ever dated. For one, he's not on drugs, he's not a dirtbag. And mother, like, how do you know he isn't a dirtbag? How do you know that? He could be anybody out in these streets. And she's like, Mom, you've got to trust me. You've got to just let your little bird fly. Like, you've got to allow me to make these mistakes. And the mother's like, I have an intuition. And my intuition is that he is a liar. And she's like, Mom, I need you to trust me. And I said to myself, she did trust you. And you broke that trust. And now you just need time to get your life together and not be worrying about how to cultivate this relationship with this weirdo and his fake teeth. But I think teeth don't really matter in their family. That is my sneaky suspicion. Teeth are not a big deal. I didn't mean to spit. Okay, next couple that we are going to talk about are these three fools. All right, so first scene we have is Tia and Nicole meeting at the dock of the bay, and they are, going to share a meal, okay? And so Tia ends up telling Nicole that she's not going to share her, okay? She doesn't care about this money situation. She does not care about whatever's going on. She's not going to share her, and that, Nicole's going to have to figure it out and tell her what she wants. And she says that she felt like Dante is driving a wedge between them. And so Tia says, there is a bigger decision that needs to be made. And Nicole's like, listen, this is hard. because Tia doesn't like to talk. And so the fact is that she wants to talk to me. So Nicole took her behind all the way down to Virginia Beach where Tia lives. And so now she's on Tia's turf. And so they're getting their food. And so Tia is finally able to express how she feels, like she's not going to share her. She loves her. And she's like, look, if Dante is what you want, or if solely me is not what you want, then I'm going to have to let you go, because I'm not going to do this. We've been doing this for too long. We've known each other for X amount of years. And I think that if we're really serious about this, we need to take it to another level. And so Nicole's over here refusing to dust off her eyelashes, girl, or put some black eyeliner or something, black mascara on the tops of her lashes. I'm just sick of seeing these dusty lashes. I am over it. So she's looking down the whole time. And she says, well, I really love you, and I don't want anything to happen between us, because, we've been seeing each other for a long time. And, like, we have so much love for each other. And I just want to say that, you my heart, and I love spending my time with you. And, we do drugs together. And so that's really cool. Thanks for those of you guys who tell me that they do drugs. And so Tia's like, okay, well, I think it's time to take our relationship to the next level. We're finished eating here. Let's get up and go for a walk. So they go for a walk, and they're walking down the pier, and there are roses. And Nicole's like, oh, this is so cute. Roses. Oh, it's so pretty. And then Tia ends up getting on one knee, and she's like, oh my God. And she ends up proposing to her. And Nicole says, normally I love myself like so much. Like, I'm real conceited. I think I'm the bomb. And Tia, I actually love her more than I love myself, which is crazy. So when she gets on one knee, these fools in this boat are cheering them on from a distance, which I thought was really cute. And then Nicole says, I don't want to risk losing you for no amount of money. I love you, Tia. Oh, the ring's a little big, but I like a big blingy ring. Ow. And so she accepts the proposal, and now Nicole knows that she needs to officially tell Dante that nothing is going to happen going forward, even though her and Dante haven't spoke to each other in over a week. In fact, Dante's been reaching out to her, and she's been ignoring all of his calls and his text messages. So it was like, girl, why do you need to tell him anything? But she's like, I'm on a show. It's going to make good for the show. So I think I do need to tell him, or producers say that. So she decides that she's going to contact Dante finally and tell him. So we see Dante, who is at on the water, with some boats, I guess, maintaining this area. But it's not his normal job, at the ship dock or whatever he said it was. And it's because he's spent so much money on Nicole that he's had to have like little side gigs. So he does his little side gigs, and Nicole shows up and to have this conversation. He's about to have lunch. So she walks onto the pier, and he's like, oh, even though I'm in my work uniform, I still look good though. And she's like, whatever, I can't even walk on this pier because your ego is so big, or your head so big, I can barely fit. And so then, she's over there in this little outfit, and he thinks it's real cute. And he's like, let's go in here and sit down. And she's like, you looks like you're wearing prison outfits and whatnot. So they sit down, and he's like, you don't even look happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Tia uses you and controls you. And she's like, what are you talking about? And, oh, wait, let's go back. So he notices that she's wearing a Michael Kors watch that he bought her. And so he's like, oh, I see you got my watch on. And at first I thought to myself, oh, did he give her his personal watch? And the fact that she's wearing it means something sentimental to them. And she's like, I'm wearing my Michael Kors watch that I like. And I said, this fool gonna act like, what, she not supposed to wear the stuff that he bought her? That's not no sentimental value. Listen, you bought her 3 watches. We saw it. And she's going to wear one of them, not to prove that she loves you. Calm down. So anyways, they go to sit down, and he's like, oh yeah, I feel like Tia's using you. I feel like Tia is this, this, and this. Low-key trying to like basically tell Nicole that, like, it's one of those weird tactics that people do when they don't like someone else in your life, is they start to point out the negative things in the other person. But here's the deal, baby. You got to make sure that that person is done with that other person before you start in about how terrible they are. I feel like Tia controls you. She's like, you don't even know Tia. You only saw her one time with me. How do you feel? I mean, twice really on camera. How do you feel that she controls me? She doesn't control me. Like, what are you even talking about? He's like, you're scared of her. She's like, I am not scared of Tia. And so she's like annoyed, which I would be too. It's like, I didn't even come here to talk to you about this. And all of a sudden you're telling me how I'm being controlled and I'm afraid of somebody when you don't even know the situation at all. You sound stupid. Yeah. And so then she's like, go on ahead and say all that you got to say because I don't even want to hear it. It's not true. And he's like, well, I don't even want to argue with you. She's like, go on ahead with your little story. And then like, say what you got to say. I'm just going to sit here because none of it's true. And he's like, well, what's that ring on your finger? And she's like, well, that's what I came here to tell you, that I'm engaged to Tia. And I said, yes. And he's like, well, that's what you came to tell me? You came all the way over here to tell me that? I mean, why don't you just stick the knife in and turn it over in my heart? You barely broke up with me and you already with Tia, somebody you barely know. And she's like, she's like, girl, I've been with Tia. Like me and Tia have been on and off for years. Like this is not, me getting out of a relationship and jumping into a brand new relationship. Like I've been know her. She got my heart, and I wanted to come over here and tell you that nothing between you and I can ever happen again. He's like, well, you didn't have to come all the way over here to tell me that. Like, that's dumb. You don't even know why you came over here to tell me, like, blah, 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 blah. I don't even have an appetite anymore. And she's like, well, cool. Best of luck. So basically, she's like, listen, I know he didn't need to hear it, but I needed to say it. Okay. So I'm over here telling him the truth for me, not for him. And I was like, wow, this woman is selfish and conceited. She is. And he's like, well, it's okay. She'll be back. She gonna call me from, and I'm like, girl, if she does call you, it's for money. And he's over here like, I don't know why she would do something like that. blah, 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 blah. Giselle. Nicole will get somebody killed. She doing too much. She's like, I'm conceited. I think I'm the bomb. And I said, girl, yes. You do think you're the bomb. You're not, but you do think so. So anyways, that's the end of the episode. He's very confident that she'll find her way back, even though I'm like, if she does find her way back, it is only to take money from you, fool. So don't feel pride in that. Go on ahead and move on with homegirl with the red hair, even though after watching the show, she probably ain't gonna want to have nothing to do with you. Someone said Dante looks like Hits from the Streets, and now I can't unsee it. I don't know who Hits from the Streets is. Dante needs to just stop this tree much, working extra because Nicole drained him. It's ridiculous. Yazelle is over here dropping I see all this. Yes, Yazelle. Hi, Yazelle. Hi, hello. Vicky Vale says, I think Tia used Nicole in prison to scam guys for money, and now that they're free, the fact that Nicole has been with men makes her violently angry. Whew. Tia with the Orville Redenbacher look. Oh my god. Also, Tia was red? I said, girl, how long have you been drinking? Orville Redenbacher. Let's look at that outfit. Let's go back to that outfit and just look at it. She's wearing a white bow tie. And I said, girl, she got on a white bow tie and a gold chain on the outside. I said, ma'am, what is this? Oversized plaid shirt. It's not even fitted or cute. Oh, Orville Redenbacher. Y'all out here doing so much. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Vicky, Tia is beating on Nicole. I don't care what anybody says. Whoa, Lord of mercy, Lord of mercy. Allegedly, not allegedly, you're just thinking. My opinion. Oh my God, he does look like the dude who used to host that show, except that dude was taller. Ooh, Hits from the Streets? I don't know that. He used to host a BET show back in the day. That proposal was so lackluster. Here's the truth. As much as I can judge that proposal, ain't nobody trying to propose to me. Okay? I thought the same thing when Christiana was so impressed about their like honeymoon suite. And Christiana and John got in that honeymoon suite. She was like, babe, this is so nice. I thought to myself, it's not nice. It's not that nice. I've seen nicer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I even think that do you remember this couple, Daniel and Lizzie? Daniel and Lizzie from like a few seasons ago. Like, you remember Daniel and Lizzie? I thought that like French inspired room was better. But listen, ain't nobody trying to marry me. Ain't nobody giving me roses except for my girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like, no man is doing these things for me. So who am I to talk shit about girls who are having this stuff done to them? Like, I could only wish that somebody would put together rose petals on the ground in order to show me some love or respect or like adoration or be romantic to me. So just like they were not in season 1. They were like in season 2 or 3. It was after Lizzie and what's his name? The guy with the teeth? Lizzie and Scott. It was the season after Lizzie and Scott. Remember, Daniel's mother didn't like Lizzie? Jasmine says, I picked out and paid for my own ring. No proposal from my husband. Yeah, like, so to me, I'm just like, listen, I can't talk ish because ain't nobody trying to like, take me out on a romantic dinner and give me flowers. Never, not one time has a man given me flowers. Never, not one time in my life. So I don't know. Oh, these are terrible. I got the cheaper ones at Walmart and they do not work, girl. Okay. Well, that's the end of this episode. That was the end of this episode. I want to thank you guys so much for being with me. Oh, the ones with dogs in the bed? No, Giselle. No, it is. Okay. Who is it? How can I better explain it? They lived in a place where there was snow and she drove like a light green Mazda 3 or something. And she was working at a gas station. She was in school. The boyfriend Daniel was like in like some amazing prison where they like let him get away with so much. He was able to have visitors and get food and all kinds of stuff. He was like in Idaho prison or something. And they have met like one night. And then he went into prison like 2 days later. And then they started writing each other and keeping up with each other. And what was her name? Remember she had a pregnancy scare? And he was like, well, I don't want no kid. And she was like, we've been having unprotected sex. What do you mean you don't want any kids? Remember the first time they had sex, she was wearing mismatched underwear and they had sex in the laundry room? And the one that almost got her boy's friend to beat him up. No, it was like, remember they went out to eat with her friends or something and she ran into like an old ex and he was getting mad that the ex was there or something. He had a bunch of tattoos on his face, like everywhere, and they were all homemade tattoos. Yes, the ex showed up at the pool hall. Yes, Lizzie and Daniel. They only had one season, I think, maybe 2 seasons. But he took her to a French-inspired like bed and breakfast, and it had like a spa in the bathtub was like a spa one. Yes, he had glasses. Yes. So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that was better than what John and Christiana had. But again, I'm over here sad and single. So like, who am I to judge romantic overtures of people who are in relationships? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. Just if I could just go on a date with somebody who isn't fucking weird, then that would be awesome. Ooh. Okay. It was the shopping cart on the car for me, and one of the best Love After Lockup visuals. Shopping cart on the car. Oh my god, I have a vague memory of that. I have a vague memory of that. Okay, you guys, I want to thank you guys so much for being with me today. Again, I'm going to go live later on to talk about 90 Day Fiance. I should have on full green face for that. In fact, I'm going to take what I put on right now, take this off, and I'm going to start painting my face green because I feel like it gets dark at 5 and it's 4 now. It's definitely dark by 6:30. So if I start getting dressed at like 4:30 is when I'll start to do my face. I'm going to eat. And then yeah, we'll see how this turns out. We shall see, girl, because we don't even know. We haven't done makeup like that in a long time. All right, you guys, have a fantastic day. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. Ah, y'all are great.